Good morning, good morning. What's up, Mr. Mike? How are you, my brother? I'm doing good, my brother. I can't complain. How are you doing? Doing well watching GU. I wanted to go over a few pairs, but I'm not really interested in a lot of these pairs. Like, we'll start from the top of the list. Um, right, AU. I'm kind of interested to see how price now that we made the high of the day, right? We made the low of the day and the high of the day. Kind of interested to see how price reacts in these highs. So I'm just keeping that one on for that reason, but not really looking at it to trade it as of right now. EA, we're just stuck in the zone of consolidation, so I'm not interested in it. ECAD, we had the shoulder head shoulder, we got the valid break of the shoulder. So again, pretty much very similar. We're creating those high of the days now. Um, two areas that I'm looking for is obviously these highs. I want to see how price reacts, but I'm also keeping an eye on these highs just in case price wants to give us a little bit of a steeper pullback. So I'm keeping that on the watch list. EU, pretty much, still in the zone of consolidation, but also I'm not really interested in it since we never had a valid break of these highs, right? Price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, but it failed to give us a valid break and it failed to give us a valid higher high point. So right now, just looking at what price has been doing today, just moving sideways. Could we get a type 2 pattern where price breaks, gives you the retest continue? Yeah, it could, right? Could price also just give us a type 1 pattern, a downtrend type 1 pattern? This could happen as well. So EU, I'm not even gonna entertain it. It's Friday, right? There's a few reasons why as well. Like if structure doesn't look 10 out of 10, again, we're just putting all the pieces together on the board, right? So first and foremost is Friday. What do we know about Friday? Friday usually doesn't give you the most volume. Not only is it Friday, not only does the market not give you a lot of volume on Friday, but it's also the first Friday of the month. The first Friday of the month, what do we have? We have non-farm, right? NFP. It's at 8:30 in the morning. So the fact that we also have high impact news coming in, I want to make sure that the pair that I'm trading or the pairs that I'm keeping an eye on, everything makes sense, right? So is again, just keep it very simple. Like we really don't have to do anything more. Like, did price give you a valid higher high? No. Okay, so the higher low point, that it could be a higher low point, but we understand that this higher low point is low probability. Why is it low probability? Because the previous higher high point was not given. This is not a strong higher high point. We never got a valid break. Right? So because of that, I'm not even looking at EU. I'm not entertaining it. It's keeping it very, very simple. GA, we're just stuck in this range. Already STP's been hit for the day, so it's already done. Nothing to trade. GCAD, we're still stuck in the zone consolidation. Again, zone consolidation, shoulder to shoulder is just a variation of that. We're still stuck in that range. We're still stuck in that range from yesterday. I'm not entertaining GCAD. Right? I'll wait for GCAD to move. GJ is also another one that I'm not trading, not entertaining it. Don't really have nothing to say about GJ. I skip over GJ at this point. GU, similar to EU, right? Where are we? We're still trading in this previous higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? And then what did price do for the last 3 days? Smooth sideways, right? This is a pair that's in an overall uptrend. Price is moving down, moving counter trends. I don't have to trade counter trends, right? I don't trade counter trends, so I'm gonna just let price do what it has to do. It's GU, I'm not even trading it. US 30, I'm waiting. US 30, I'll give my analysis a little bit later on, but again, pretty much similar. Like, I don't really have nothing to talk about on US 30 right now. We're trading at the highest point in the market. Again, this is the higher high point. We're currently looking to see, okay, this price want to give us this higher high point, higher low to continue the uptrend, or does price want to continue these downtrend pushes to fill these gaps that we had left in the bottom of the market? So US 30, I'll be patient with it. Gold already hit ADR for the day. Right, so gold is already done. I'm not even gonna look at gold today. Bitcoin, we're pretty much just moving sideways from where we were at yesterday. Just these highs. That price has been inducing these highs for the previous 2 days, and we're back at those highs again. So GJ is also chasing me. I don't know what it's gonna do. No, GJ's been one of those pairs for the last couple weeks, last couple months, where there really is no continuation trend. Like, how long has it been that we haven't seen GJ? Like, GJ isn't even moving when you really look at it. When you compare the moves that GJ makes, GJ moves a lot. And the fact that the last couple days, like, yeah, okay, it's been going up. There's no doubt about it. But the moves have been very small. And then again, we are still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. It's just about where's price going to give us that lower high point? Where is price going to give us the pullback? So again, whenever like GJ is one of those pairs for me that everything has to line up, right? Everything has to line up. If you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price came down and gave us an inducement of the 4-hour low. Right? If you look at the daily time frame, same thing. We had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down and gave us an inducement of the daily low. Right? So if you get an inducement of the 4-hour low, you get the inducement of the daily low, you get the inducement of a 30-minute low. What are you expecting? You're expecting price to turn around and start the uptrend. But then you go to the 30-minute, that's not what it looks like. So it's not lining up. Structure is not lining up with GJ right now. So that's, again, it's very simple for me to just allow the charts to move, allow price to do what it has to do, right? And like I was explaining yesterday, right? Just as a trader, how do you stay away from the fake outs, right? How do you avoid getting into a trade that's going to go straight to stop loss? And this is one of those reasons. This is one of those reasons. GJ right now is one of those pairs that you just got to let price do whatever it has to do, and then you come back later. Right? Oil, obviously, I'm not trading it. I'm not trading oil while we have an active war going on. And silver already hit ADR for the day. So for me on my list, honestly, like the only thing that I have left is pretty much EuroCAD is the only one that looks, I'm not gonna say crystal clear, but it looks decent. And then AUD USD, we just gotta be a little patient with this, see what price wants to do at these highs. And then US 30, I'll keep an eye on US 30, but I don't really like I don't like where price is at with US 30 right now. Similar with all the other indexes. Same thing with S&P, same thing with NAS. We're just moving sideways. There's really no trend in the last day and a half. So I'm just gonna be patient. Yeah, I was hoping for something Trump. I was hoping for something Trump has ever. Talking about Japan a little, yeah. It's all good. I don't even really keep up with shit like that. Structure is gonna tell you everything. Yeah, that's why I say it's the most important thing. Without structure, there's nothing. If you wait for news release, it's just like if you're trading FOMC and you just get into any position, just hoping that it'll move into your direction quick. It just makes no sense to trade that way. I'll wait for the confirmations. The confirmations is gonna be market structure. That's it. If price is making higher highs, higher lows, you're looking for longs. If price is making lower lows and lower highs, you're looking for shorts. It's really that simple. But you have to make sure that you're on the right side of the table for that. Right. Same thing with EuroCAD. Like, would love for price to give me a valid break after the change before I start looking for a trade. But market market structure is keeping this easy for us. Right. Internally, we still have lower low, lower high, lower low. So again, at this point, I'm just looking to see, all right, is price gonna give us another lower high point to continue that downtrend push? It could happen. but it all depends on what price wants to do at these highs. If it gives us a valid break above these highs, then we know it's going to continue a little bit higher into here. Right, so it's just about being patient. Like similar to what we were talking about yesterday, like with US 30. How many people were talking about US 30 yesterday? Oh, US 30, we're gonna start buying US 30. Right? And I told you guys, I'm like, yo, this shit doesn't buy positions here doesn't make no sense. And I even drew it out. Yeah, you guys could go back to yesterday's stream. I even drew it out for you guys on stream. Like, yo, if we get a break below these lows, we get the clean break with the clean break under the 1 minute break, right? We're gonna get that retest. Right? And we got that retest, and what happened? Price went straight to TP. It's really not rocket science. Right now for today is different. Right? Yesterday we understood this was price moving from a higher high going into a higher low. Right now the question is, okay, is this where the higher low point is going to be to continue into the higher highs, or is price going to give us a steeper pullback? And that's currently the question that we're waiting for price to answer. Right now we're at a higher high in every time frame. We're at a higher high on the daily, higher high on the 4 hour. Just gotta be patient. So yeah, for me right now, EuroCAD is the pair I'm gonna keep an eye on. Again, it's Friday. There's usually less volume on Fridays. We have that news at 8:30, high impact NFP. So if I don't see nothing crystal clear, this is just gonna be one of those days where I'm just sitting here. I'm not gonna force anything. Good morning, Mr. Albert. How are you, my brother?
Real time. I almost said something inappropriate. But you can see this car kind of just slowing down both sides around this car.
Um, have you heard from Kendall? Yeah, I mean we talk pretty regularly. I hit him up yesterday. We spoke for a little bit. Haven't been seeing him in the stream for a while. Yeah, I mean it doesn't help that I haven't really turned the stream on since the last stream I did was like July, like the 8th or something. So it doesn't help that I haven't turned the streams on. But he's been active in the chat though, in Discord. And to be honest, guys, like unless you guys have any questions, I think I'm pretty much done for the day, guys. Like there's really nothing more to talk about. Like AU, I'm not really that interested in. Again, I am keeping a close eye on it, but I'm not really liking how price is moving. And then obviously like US 30, S&P, NQ or NAS if you trade regular. We have news at 8:30, high impact news. So I'm not really gonna be trading US 30, or I'm not gonna do my analysis or mark it up until after the news hits. The only pair that I want to keep a very, very close eye on, the only one that I'm actually kind of interested in, is EuroCAD, to look for these continuations to the bottom side. But that's pretty much it, guys. I don't really have anything for today. We can see how here on the higher time frames we're sitting in the shoulder head shoulder. So would be good to see EuroCAD move today. Would be very ideal. And I'd be looking at this on the lower time frames too. We're still pretty much trading on the lower time frame. We still have higher high, higher low, technically higher high here. So before I even start trading this, I need to see that lower time frame change and break. So we'll see. That's what I'll be waiting for on EuroCAD. But unless you guys have any other questions, guys, I'm pretty much done for the day. No really. Yesterday's stream was really good. Yesterday we updated our charts and we did what we had to do. But for today, there's really nothing I could update. There's nothing really else to talk about. We have news at 8:30 today, so I have to go, bro. Getting prepared for work for tomorrow through next week. All good, Albert. I hope you have a good rest of your day, my brother. All right, guys. Any other questions? Anything you guys want me to go over? Anything you want me to talk about before we turn the stream off? Let me know. No questions? All right, guys. We'll see you on Sunday with the weekly market breakdown. Peace out.